Alrighty, so I just wanted to go over just the back testing that I've been doing on GJ. Some things I've noticed, things I've wanted to point out. I really do wish this was TradingView. MT4 doesn't really have, those good levels to draw on and stuff, like, the tools. But nonetheless, here we are. So I started from, I believe, February of 2018. So I'm not about to go back. I just wanted to I don't want to backtrack it physically. I just wanted to talk about it. So we started off about right here. Yeah. And the first things that I want to do when I get onto a chart is know where I am on the higher time frames. And that means the monthly and the weekly. Like if I'm on the monthly time frame, or if I'm looking on the weekly time frame, I gotta ask myself, right, am I currently in an area where price could completely reverse, And when I say that, I'm asking myself, am I in an area that has been acting as support recently? Giving some form of support, resistance. So we already know that when we're here, this gray area is based off of reversals that has happened before to the left. And because this is a monthly chart, the chances of price reversing again is very, very high. So I had draw this monthly level. It's kind of ambiguous here as you have like bearish, bullish, then you have it come down a little bit more. Like if I were to, draw the zones how I draw them, it would look like this, but it was way too big, way too messy, and it would take up a range of like 200 pips. So I just specified it via this little clean support level over here, and the fact that this support level also acted as resistance before. I can even put like this little wick right here. Wicked it. I'm gonna go ahead and clone that, so we know it's a really significant area. So that was all in the monthly. On the weekly now, let's see, right before I took the trade. So on the weekly, I remember one of the first things I did was I put a fib on this chart because I was like, well, this looks like a massive bearish move, right? Massive bearish move. And so on the monthly, kind of looked like, like you could put a fib on it. Point A to point B. All right, that's how I drew it. And I realized that on the monthly, I was like, oh, this would be considered, if price wanted to reverse from it, it would be able to be an official price reversal zone because it's past the 38.2. So it's not like just going to slightly reverse, continue, and then like break that level. Like, no, if anything, price would reverse from this level and continue. So we had that, but that fib is so big, you don't even really got to worry about it too much. So now let's drop down to the daily time frame. So in order for us to take any type of reversal trades, any trades that are against structure, we have to make sure it breaks structure first, right? So all along this, we see clearly price is creating higher highs, higher lows. Actually, that's not a higher high, right? So we have high, higher low, high, higher low. Now we have a higher high, higher high, higher low. This is legit higher low too. All right, so let's pay attention to the details here now, because this is where it really matters. So we have point A, point B, price comes down to the 38.2, maintains this level and then creates a new high. So now that we have a new high, a new point B, we have point A. This is not it because it's not a higher high, but when we get to here, actually, this is a daily time frame. Let's see. Point A, point B. We need at least 2 candles for it to be considered a higher low. Boom, point A. And then we have this. Comes to the 38.2, even widths to 50%. And continues. Oh, guys, this is some magnitude before. All right, so now we have that. Down. Higher high. This is just a continuation. Oh. Now we continue to drag our point B. So this is point A, and we're looking for our official point B. Our All right, so now price comes, we create an official PRZ zone here, which is 38.2. All right, so everything is good. All right, now we're gonna adjust our point A, point B. Now, this is a level that price now needs to break in order for it to be considered a break of structure. And a break of structure on the daily is definitely something that you're going to want to capitalize on. So it was at this moment, I'm actually gonna make this different. All right, so it was at this moment that price actually broke structure on the daily time frame. And then from there, let's go to the 4 hour. All right, so we can really break it down. So it was here that I started using, my fibs and stuff to start to take entries. So the first thing I did was, price came, it finally broke all of this. I was like, all right, cool, everything's good. The first thing I want to do is, enter on a lower high, because now that price has broken via like these candles here, break, 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 break. Let's see, where did I take that entry? Oh, I took a buy, a quick buy. I probably didn't notice that we had broke, but I probably also noticed that there was an opportunity. Let me draw up the weekly levels that are in this area too, because that's going to play a part. Chart. Right, okay. Yeah, that was hella potential movement. Because of this, we have all of this to the left. We have price acted as a resistance here, price acted as resistance here. So I'm sure that when I was in this level, I was confident enough to try to take a buy or two. Yeah, exactly. That's what I see in this level. And it worked out too, right? So what I was really going for, point A, point B, to enter on the lower high, we have to at least get to a 38.2, 22.6 day just continuation. So once it comes up to that PRZ zone, I'll actually clone this. I wanted to show the confluence area that it wicked into though. Actually, yeah, I will take this off real quick. So check out, I love the weekly areas, man, honestly. So we have this area that acted as resistance here. Oh, wait. Wrong level, wrong topic. Bearish, bullish. There's this entire, hold on. There we go. So the confluence level for me was, you have a resistance here, you have support here, you have support here. You can drag this across, try to get it roughly on, relating to this resistance, support, messy, but it's there. Or that's why I use a 6 hour, because it's the cleanest that I can get. It's a good in between the 4 hour and the daily time frame. That's why I like to use those levels as supply and demand for continuation levels, right? Okay, now this makes sense. So now that we're here, I see that we have a nice point A, point B. It comes up to the 38.2 level. It gives me an engulfing variation, and I know where my first take profit is, right? Probably enter off of, let's see if we can get it. Look at it in the 30-minute time frame. Right. So I'm not even bothering to try to take sells here, because I understand that more than likely it's going to push up to at least a 38.2 level anyway. And when it does so, I'm going to want to mark off my confluence areas that I see that has acted as support before on the daily or even on the 4 hour, so I can just, when price gets into that level, I'm ready. So we see how we have this engulfing variation right here in the 30 minutes. So when the 4 hour structure is bearish, yeah, I'm going to be looking on the 30-minute time frame to, break my stuff down. I see this, I enter, The take profit level is right here. I exit there. That's a really good trade. Let's see, 71 pips stop loss for 351 pips. And again, remember, this is 2018, so she was moving different back in the days. And my God, imagine if in one move, casually, just 300 pips. I mean, I do that nowadays, but it's usually like 200 or 150. All right, so that was the first main move. The second move now, since I want to base it off of my 4 hour, I want to go ahead and take my new fibs, right? So we have this lower high. I'm gonna have to go from bearish candle, bearish to bearish. Again, I'm thinking, okay, cool. I have to at least get to a 38.2. I mean, like, you can take 23.6s. It's just risky, right? Because price is usually probably going to fluctuate up a little bit more than you think. I'm going to daily time frame, remember where I am, and try to find confluences for that. Let's see where see this level right here. Yeah, so you see how price acted as support here. Nice and bold. I'm gonna go ahead and clone that to all the charts. All right, now I go on the 4 hour and you see that, see how price was being very polite. So we came up to the 38.2 level minimum. See how it looks on. So 38.2, price came up, made a higher low. So price made a higher low, higher low. So pretty much what I'm looking for is from minor support to break so that I can get in, right? So this minor support was created, we came up, and then we just tested it. But then at this point, we started making lower highs on the 30-minute time frame. Lower highs, right? So we had this high, but these were closing lower than the previous highs. So that's, even then, I think that's probably what made me get on the entry, yeah. Right, and I see that this right here, this support level was kind of like overtaken by this 30-minute candle. So yeah, I went for themselves. And again, my take profit was a -27, so -27%. Go here, I see that this was right. Must have been, ooh, too many lines. So I can't have too many lines on my chart. I need clarity. That's the number one thing I will always need, is clarity. All right, so point A, 38.2, you got the entry, take profit. Actually, this was a weekly level or monthly level, actually. So I had to take profit just a little bit earlier so I wouldn't get that. All right, so you see price was coming to this zone, but we see that price acted as resistance here, acted as support here, acted as resistance again, support again, support again. So I understand that this is not a level that I want to be holding my trades into. This is a level that I would want to be taking like buys off of, because it's so full of orders, as you can see. So I exited out of that trade. Everything was nice, and I was still trying to take sells like a good girl, because price still hasn't broken structure, right? So after we made this new lower low, is this a lower low? So we have point A, point B, point C, 38.2, right? So now we adjust the fibs, point A, point B, yeah, point A, point B, and now we're looking for a point C. The point C is going to be found after you have price come into an area of confluence, preferably on the daily, and then a minor support break on the 30-minute or the 15-minute, either or. So now this is where we are right now. So we go to the 30-minute and we still are in that, we're still in that that same fib. Hold on. Okay, so I took sells, probably thinking that, we came up, Had a minor support, broke. I was like, all right, we're gonna go bearish, but you know, it didn't, and that's cool. And the thing that the past 2-3 weeks have been teaching me, especially on gold and GJ too, it's been one main lesson. It's like, did structure really break? You know, it's just being extremely mindful of when structure breaks and when it doesn't, because in this case, for structure to break, at least on the 4-hour, I would have to see a break of this level again, because this is the 0% zone. This is a point A, point B. Now we're in this fib level. As long as in this fib level, the only place that we need to go is this fake profit right here. All right, that's the only thing that I'm worried about for the moment. So it could come all the way up here, but as long as it closes back in the range, we're good to go. Bearish. That's a lot. That's all I'm about to share with y'all, at least in this segment. Hope you'll have an amazing trading week, or don't trade too much, because it's like the holidays, isn't it? Yeah.